they talked about Coach Noodle in that last segment, and I think I have now been introduced to Coach Noodle, and it is Marc Nudelberg, who is with us now on campus as he is our recruiter, and he is also the special teams coach. And Coach, let's start with the fact that, first of all, out of Nevada, your last stop, Nevada, Florida, you lived in Florida. So my first question is, why would you leave Nevada, or why would you leave Florida? But I think the challenge is right here at Lafayette College.
Absolutely. Part of this profession is sometimes you don't have the choice to leave, and sometimes you do. So unfortunately, after this past season at the University of Nevada, the whole staff got let go. But having known Coach Garrett from being with him at the University of Florida, reached out to him just to kind of catch up, and it turned out that he was in this process of joining the Leopard family, and I was really excited about the opportunity that he afforded me. Prior to that, I was at the University of Cincinnati for 2 years, and prior to that was at my alma mater, Florida State, where I got hired on after spending 4 years in various roles.
Pretty good to have Bobby Bowden on your resume, too, as a guy you've worked with.
I've been very, very fortunate to work with some fantastic head coaches, from Bobby Bowden all the way to Coach Garrett now, Brian Polian, Tommy Tuberville, Jimbo Fisher, Jim McElwain, just some of the hottest names and some of the best football coaches that you can really put yourself around. And I'm really thrilled to be here with Coach Garrett because of the quality of man he is, the attention to detail, the enthusiasm he brings to work to every day, the environment he creates here, just with love and compassion, and just really wanting to strive to be the best every day.
Today is a day that obviously kind of shows the culmination of the hard work you've had to put in a very short period of time in terms of recruiting and getting the numbers in here. But with 17 already committed, we know there's probably going to be a couple of more. I would like to think that you feel really good about this class that's coming in.
I do. I feel really good about this class. Like you said, in a short amount of time. I mean, kudos to this staff that Coach Garrett put together. Really, in 2 weekends, we're able to put together 2 phenomenal visits and pull 7 more kids in just 2 weekends. And was able to convey the message of where we want the program to go, the great things that Lafayette College has to offer, and do something spectacular in a matter of, and for me, it was 11 days that I was here. So really, really pleased with the way we finished the class. Hoping for a couple more and a couple things to happen as we progress here going on. But excited about getting these guys in, getting them indoctrinated into what we want to do here, and seeing what we've got.
Your job is kind of like being a salesman. I mean, you've got to sell this college to these kids who are obviously getting offers from all over the country. Talk a little bit about what your message was to the kids to get them to sign on the bottom line, which they have done today, yesterday, and they're committed to come here.
So I try not to say it's sales, because sales kind of gives off that Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, always be closing no matter what. And I prefer to think of it as more of a truth teller. I'm here to tell you what your opportunities are and the advantages that Lafayette College can give you, not for just the next 4 years, but for the next 40 years, right? You're making a decision that's going to alter the course of your life forever. So I'm here to tell you why this is the place for you. Now, it's your decision to decide whether or not that really is, but that's the approach that I try to take with them. And I think families really feel that. I think we got a really resounding a welcome or a response from all of the families that came in, because they felt the realness of what we were telling them. It wasn't a sales pitch. It wasn't a smoke and mirrors look, this is the opportunity that's here. These are the phenomenal facilities we have. This is the education you can get. These are the tools that are around you to make you successful here. Those are real. That's not a sales pitch. So when you educate people about what you have here, it's hard to say no to. And you do it with, like Coach Garrett says, passion, emotion, and energy. It's hard to say no to.
I'm feeling it right now here in the last 5 minutes for sure. I'm sure you're going to take that same concept, that same passion and energy as a special teams coach. Very important aspect of college football. People talk offense, defense. You've got to pay special attention to special teams.
You forget. Everybody talks about it like it's like 75-25, but it's not. It's 33, 33, 33. I mean, everything is broken up, into the thirds of the game. And special teams can win and lose your games. You can be dynamic, and you can be fundamentally sound, and you can be explosive and change games, or you can be lackadaisical and not pay attention to details and get yourself beat. So that's the approach that I take. you usually get less time on special teams than you do for the rest of the phases of the game. So you have to make sure that what you're teaching is simple, that they understand it, that they can buy into it, that they really believe in what you're teaching them, and that they can be good at it. If you can build that culture and find guys who just want to get on the field, doesn't matter. Coach, I just want to play. Those are the guys that I'm looking for, and I'm looking forward to seeing who we have on the team that are willing to do that.
And Mike Joseph alluded to the fact that a lot of times it's those recruits, the freshmen that come in, that will find themselves on that special teams position. And looking at this class, you have to be certainly happy with the athletic talent that's going to come here in the fall.
I think we brought in a tremendous amount of guys who can play in space, that can run, can get down the field, that aren't afraid to put their face on people and play physical, that have all the attributes you're looking for at special teams. Because on special teams, you're doing all three. You're blocking people, you're tackling people. All of the fundamentals that show up in the game show up right there in special teams. So you're not offense, you're not defense, you are a special teams player, and you're expected to do all three.
I'm ready to hit somebody. I don't know how you feel.